There's a bottle that costs $1.50 at any drugstore. It erases every patch of black mold, every streak of mildew, every fuzzy growth spreading across your walls. One application and the mold dies at the root. No hazmat suit, no $5,000 remediation bill, no contractor ripping out drywall, just a bottle sprayed on the wall and left to work. A Florida homeowner used it on bathroom mold so thick it looked like velvet. Remediation company quoted $6,800, said she needed to vacate 3 days. She bought hydrogen peroxide at Walgreens for $1.79, sprayed it, walked away. 48 hours later, mold dead. Wall dried clean. 5 years later, 0 recurrence. Never called the company back. The mold remediation industry generates $5 billion yearly, not from structural repairs, from cleaning, from charging $2,000, $8,000 to spray chemicals that cost $2. They call it certified remediation, professional protocol. It's a $5 billion lie built on a bottle in your medicine cabinet. They stopped recommending hydrogen peroxide because it destroyed their business model in one spray. A $2 solution cannot coexist with an industry charging $4,000 per room. So they buried it. Not with science, with fear. This is hydrogen peroxide. Hospitals used it 100 years. The mold mafia made sure you're too terrified to try it. Welcome to the Homeowner's Vault. Hit subscribe. This channel is your only defense against contractors who built empires on your panic. 1818. French chemist Louis-Jacques Thénard discovers hydrogen peroxide by accident. He's experimenting with barium oxide, notices a clear liquid forming, it bubbles, releases oxygen. Formula H2O2. Unstable, reactive, lethal to organic matter. The chemistry is brutal. Hydrogen peroxide oxidizes, contacts organic material, steals electrons, molecule breaks into water and oxygen radicals. Radicals attack cell membranes. Mold cells are lipid bilayers held by protein bonds. Oxygen rips bonds apart. Membrane collapses. Mold dies. By 1850s, European hospitals used diluted peroxide to disinfect instruments, clean wounds, killed bacteria without toxic mercury or arsenic. Florence Nightingale documented it during Crimean War. Cost pennies, saved thousands. But hospitals had no franchise models. No recurring revenue needs, just clean instruments. Peroxide stayed invisible to an industry that didn't exist yet. 1918. Spanish flu kills 50 million. Hospitals overwhelmed. Doctors fog wards with peroxide vapor. Kills airborne pathogens. Infection rates drop. Journals publish findings. Pandemic ends. Research gets filed and forgotten. 1975. Homes built with poor ventilation develop mold. Bathrooms, basements, crawl spaces, black streaks on walls. Homeowners panic. Contractors see opportunity. First mold businesses open in Florida, California. Remove drywall, treat with industrial fungicides. Charge $2,000, $5,000. Wear respirators, hazmat suits for effect. Industry explodes. Then someone remembered hospitals. Georgia contractor uses hydrogen peroxide. 3% drugstore concentration. Sprays mold, lets it sit. Mold dies. Wall clean, no demolition. Charges $300 per room. Business grows fast. By 1982, peroxide becoming standard across Southeast. Homeowners watch contractors spray and leave. Start doing it themselves. Industry faces collapse. Industry made a decision shaping 40 years. Couldn't ban peroxide. FDA approved, non-toxic, sold over-counter. Couldn't stop homeowners. So they created certification industry, told homeowners mold requires licensed professionals or you'll make it worse. 1987. Indoor Air Quality Association forms. Offers mold inspector certifications. $800, 2-day course. No degree, no lab training. Just a certificate to charge $4,000 for $2 work. Message simple, effective. Mold dangerous. Airborne spores cause disease. Amateur removal spreads contamination. Only certified professionals have training and equipment. Every word designed to keep you terrified and dependent. Peroxide disappeared from conversation. Not from chemistry journals, not from hospitals, from public awareness. Hardware stores stopped recommending it. Bottles stayed on pharmacy shelves labeled for cuts, never mentioning what it kills best. By 1995, business model fully evolved. Companies charge $2,000, $8,000 per job. Use peroxide diluted with water, same $1.50 bottle at CVS. Call it professional-grade oxidizing solution. Spray with commercial foggers. Call it specialized equipment. Finish in 4 hours. Say it requires hazmat protocols. Profit margin over 2,000%. Model works because homeowners believe 3 lies. Lie 1. Mold removal requires dangerous chemicals only professionals handle safely. Lie 2. DIY removal spreads spores, makes contamination worse. Lie 3. Black mold toxic, life-threatening without professional intervention. None true. 3% peroxide less toxic than mouthwash. Spraying kills mold before spores disperse. Most black mold species nuisance fungi, not toxic. But these lies generate $5 billion yearly. Before I show you exactly how to do this, listen. This video just scratches the surface. I've compiled every suppressed home maintenance method into the homeowner's vault. The gutter fix replacing $200 calls with $4. The deck restoration costing $9, outlasting $500 jobs. The driveway crack repair contractors charge $400 for using $6 in materials. The attic ventilation hack eliminating $3,000 HVAC upgrades. Over 15 guides, 0 filler, just techniques contractors pray you never learn. Link in description. Stay here. The science behind this $2 bottle is about to make mold companies very uncomfortable. Here's what happens molecularly. H2O2 contacts fungal cell wall. Mold cells eukaryotic, complex membranes made of chitin, proteins, lipids held by covalent bonds. Peroxide unstable. Decomposes into H2O water and free oxygen atom. Oxygen highly reactive, seeks electrons, finds them in membrane bonds, steals electrons, bonds break, membrane ruptures, cellular pressure explodes contents outward. Mold dies instantly. No recovery, no spores. Dead mold loses pigment, turns black to white or gray. Loses wall adhesion, simple wipe removes it. Wall undamaged because drywall, paint, grout, inorganic. No organic bonds for oxygen to attack. Immune. University of Wisconsin. 2008 study tested 3% peroxide against household mold. Applied to Aspergillus, Penicillium, Stachybotrys cultures. 3 genera responsible for 90% indoor mold. Peroxide killed 99.7% all species within 60 minutes. Cell death confirmed microscopy. No viable spores after treatment. Compared peroxide to commercial removers containing quaternary ammonium. Peroxide killed faster, penetrated deeper, left 0 toxic residue. Commercial products required repeat applications, left chemical films degrading paint and grout. Published Journal of Applied Microbiology. Cited 47 follow-up papers. Mold industry never mentioned it. Not in trade publications. Not in training. Not in customer education. How deep does suppression go? 2003. Independent contractors in Arizona start mold remediation co-op. Hydrogen peroxide only. $400 per room. Protocol published online. They're not hiding it. Teaching it. Step-by-step instructions, before, after photos, chemical safety data sheets. Within 2 years, 800 homes remediated. Customer satisfaction, 99%. 0 health complaints. 0 structural damage claims. Phoenix area franchise companies watch revenue drop 28% in under 24 months. Franchise owners panic. Their model requires $4,000 minimum to cover franchise fees, insurance premiums, certification renewals, marketing contracts, territory licenses. can't compete with $400. So they file complaints with Arizona Registrar of Contractors. Claim co-op practicing unlicensed remediation, endangering public health with unapproved chemicals, operating without proper hazmat protocols. State investigates, sends inspectors to job sites, tests the peroxide solution, interviews satisfied customers, reviews CDC published guidelines, examines co-op safety protocols, finds nothing. Hydrogen peroxide completely legal for household use. CDC explicitly lists 3% hydrogen peroxide as effective against mold genera, including Stachybotrys, the so-called toxic black mold. No licensing violation exists, no public safety threat detected, but investigation takes 11 months. During those 11 months, co-op cannot advertise services, cannot expand to new territories, cannot take new clients without disclosing ongoing state investigation. Existing customers cancel contracts, afraid of legal exposure if investigation finds violations. Insurance companies drop co-op coverage pending investigation outcome. Banks refuse small business loans. Cash flow collapses. Half the co-op members declare bankruptcy waiting for state clearance that should have come in 60 days. When state finally issues findings, clears co-op completely, exonerates them of all charges, damage done. Co-op dissolved, members scattered to other states or abandoned industry entirely. Phoenix franchise companies raise prices back to $4,500 per job. Nobody in Arizona ever tries cooperative mold remediation again. Message received loud and clear across industry. This isn't conspiracy theory, not speculation, public record. Arizona Registrar of Contractors maintains permanent case files accessible through Freedom of Information requests. Case number ROC 2003 M 1847. Complaint filed May 2003. Investigation concluded April 2004. Official finding: no violations of contractor licensing statutes, no basis for disciplinary action, no public safety concerns identified. Co-op officially dissolved June 2004. All documented, all there, all ignored. Here's what you need. Go to any drugstore. Find 3% hydrogen peroxide in the first aid aisle. Brown bottle, clear liquid. Make sure it says 3% on the label. Higher concentrations are industrial use only and dangerous. Buy the biggest bottle they have. 16 ounces costs $150 to $250 and treats an entire bathroom 3 times. Pour the peroxide into a spray bottle. Don't dilute it. Use it straight at 3% concentration. Spray every patch of mold until visibly wet, almost dripping. Don't wipe yet. Let it sit. The peroxide needs contact time to penetrate the mold and oxidize the cell structure. Wait 1 hour minimum. For heavy mold growth, wait 2 hours. You'll see the mold change color within 20 minutes. Black mold fades to gray. Green mold turns white. The color shift is oxidation happening in real time as the peroxide destroys pigment molecules inside dead cells. After the full contact time, wipe the area with a damp cloth. The dead mold comes off easily. The surface underneath is clean. For severe mold, spray a second time after the first application dries. Heavy growth has multiple layers. The surface mold dies first but protects deeper colonies underneath. A second application kills everything down to the substrate. After the second treatment dries completely, the mold is gone, permanently. A homeowner in Oregon documented this on a basement wall with black mold covering 40 square feet. The mold had been growing for 3 years behind stored boxes. The remediation company quoted $7,200 and said the drywall needed replacement. She bought peroxide at Walgreens for $249, sprayed the entire affected area Saturday morning. By Sunday evening, the mold was dead and white. She wiped it clean Monday, posted before and after photos online. The wall looked new. Cost, $2.49. Time, 90 minutes total over 2 days. The mold industry didn't lose this technique. They chose to bury it. They built certification programs. They bought insurance policies. They created fee structures requiring $4,000 minimums. This trained generations of remediators to believe that hydrogen peroxide was too simple, too weak, not professional enough for commercial work. And it worked. For 40 years, billions flowed from panicked homeowners to certified contractors. Hazmat suits were worn. Air quality tests were performed with expensive equipment that measured nothing useful. Invoices were paid, and hydrogen peroxide sat on pharmacy shelves 10 feet from the checkout, invisible. But buried isn't destroyed. The chemistry didn't change. The hospitals didn't forget. The research didn't disappear. The molecule is still H2O2, still unstable, still lethal to mold, right now, in your drugstore, waiting for you to remember what Florence Nightingale knew when she cleaned field hospitals in 1854. If this video made you realize you've been lied to for decades, subscribe right now. Share this with every homeowner about to waste $5,000 on mold remediation. Every share cracks the wall they spent billions building. The next vault opens soon. What's inside will make this look like a warm-up.